అదేంటది దీని రాదు. నెట్వర్క్ రావట్లేదు. ఐపీ తీసుకోవాలి.
ఇంకో 5 నిమిషాలు
ఇంకా కావాలి. ఇంత పెద్ద
వచ్చింది.
తను చెప్పే వచ్చింది వచ్చింది అట్లా తెలిసిపోతుంటే ఆమెకి. ఈరోజు షెడ్యూల్ ఉంది కదా 20. ఈరోజు ఏం చెప్తా అన్నాడు?
పర్చేజ్
రిక్వెస్ట్. ఫోన్ చేసి ఈ నంబర్ ఇది, ఈ నంబర్ ఇది.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ ఆర్కిల్.
కనెక్ట్ టు దిస్ నంబర్.
స్క్రీన్ ఇచ్చేయండి.
నంబర్
040 3989 00
స్క్రీన్ ఇచ్చేయండి.
ఓకే
70.
అండి
కనెక్టింగ్
conference. Enter your conference code followed by the pound or hash sign.
294 1187.
Thank you. If you are the leader, press star now.
No, you are not leader.
If a security passcode has been provided, please enter it now, followed by the pound or hash sign. Or to bypass, press any key.
9876 #.
After the tone, state your name, followed by the pound or hash sign.
Sunil.
Thank you. Please wait for your conference to begin.
అది అతను ఇంకా రాలేదు. మంచి మ్యూజిక్ అన్నాగా ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్గా వెనకాల కొట్టేసి ఇది కానీ అతను అది మెయిల్ కొట్టాను రిప్లై. అనే రోజు టైంకి వచ్చేసినట్టు మందు. మా ఫ్రెండ్ ఒకడు ప్రాజెక్ట్లో బిఎఫ్లు వేసుకుంటే పట్టుకున్నారు. ఢిల్లీలో ఆఫీస్ ఉందన్నమాట, ఐడిఎస్ ఆఫీస్. దాంట్లో మీటింగ్ రూమ్ ఉంది ఇట్లాగే. అంటే వాడు నైట్ టైంలో, పగలు కాదు, నైట్ 11 ఆ టైంలో మా ఎండి వెళ్ళాడు. 4 వెళ్తుంటారు కదా క్యాజువల్గా. సరే ఆఫీస్కి వెళ్దాం అనేది వెళ్ళినా కానీ శుభ్రంగా ప్రాజెక్ట్ వేసుకొని బియ్యం పొందుతుంది. స్పాట్ టెర్మినేషన్.
పోలీసులకు అబ్జెక్ట్ లేదు.
పెద్దగా కంపెనీలు ఎవరేమో పోలీసులకు అప్పు చాలా రేర్ కేసులు.
పోలీసులు అప్పు చెప్తే పరుగు పోద్ది, కంపెనీ పరుగు పోద్ది.
కొన్ని కంపెనీలు ఏంటంటే ఇంటర్నల్ సెక్యూరిటీ
ఫెడాల్, ఇది మెటల్ కంట్రోల్ ఫెడాల్ కదా.
అది
మరి ఫెడాల్ ఏమంటుంది?
అయి ఉండొచ్చు.
ఎవరితో మెటల్ కంట్రోల్? మైక్రోస్తో ఫెడాల్ కదా.
మైక్రోస్ ఫెడాలి అని ఉంటుంది అక్కడ.
ఫెడాల్ వేరు, మైక్రోస్ వేరు కదా, రెండు ఒకటి కాదు కదా.
అప్పుడు ఐడియా కొన్ని కంపెనీస్లో ఏం చేస్తారంటే జీగారు ఇంటర్నల్ సెక్యూరిటీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఉంటుంది కదా, వాళ్ళ దగ్గరికి అప్పచెప్పి కౌన్సిలింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారన్నమాట ఎంప్లాయీస్కి. టెర్మినేషన్ 100%, కానీ టెర్మినేట్ చేసే ముందు కూడా మళ్ళీ కౌన్సిలింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఎందుకు ఇలా చేసావు, రీజన్ ఏంటి, నీకు ఎవరిని చేయమన్నారా, ఇలా ఎవరిని చూడమన్నా, నీకు ఎవరు మోటివేట్ చేశారు. నిజమండి, నేను కూడా వన్ ఆఫ్ ది కౌన్సిలర్ అనమాట. మా కంపెనీలో హెచ్ఆర్ దీంట్లో ఉండేవాడిని కదా పేరుల్లో. మేము చేసేవాళ్ళం. ఇంకా మాకు ట్రైనింగ్ ఇచ్చే వాళ్ళు కూడా అలాగే ఇచ్చారన్నమాట. హెచ్ఆర్ మాడ్యూల్స్ పైన 4 years మేము పేరోల్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్లో వర్క్ చేశాను. కౌన్సిలింగ్స్ అంటే ఇంకా వాళ్ళ కన్నంత నీరు వచ్చేస్తుంది. అడిగే క్వశ్చన్స్ అన్నీ అలాగే ఉంటాయి, డిఫరెంట్గా ఉంటాయి క్వశ్చన్స్ అన్నీ. కౌన్సిలింగ్లో కూర్చున్నాడు అంటే వాడు కౌన్సిలింగ్ అంటేనే భయం వేస్తుంది. ఆ కౌన్సిలింగ్లో కూర్చోబెట్టి వాడి దగ్గర నుంచి ఒక రిపోర్ట్ ప్రిపేర్ చేసిన తర్వాత వాడిని టెర్మినేట్ చేస్తారు. టెర్మినేట్ 100%, కానీ దాని మీద ఇంకా టార్చర్ చూపిస్తారు అనమాట. ఇలా డైరెక్ట్
దుబాయ్లోనా? దుబాయ్ కంట్రీస్లో అన్నీ వాళ్ళ వెరైటీ మనుషులు అసలు.
మరి అలా ఉంటాయి.
దుబాయ్ షేక్ ఒక్కొక్కడు 13 మందిని పెళ్లి చేసుకుంటాడు అంటగా.
చేసుకోడు వాడు,
ఉంచుకుంటారు,
ఇక్కడ నుంచి తీసుకుపోతారు,
మెయింటైన్ చేస్తాను.
ఎక్కువ హైదరాబాద్ నుంచి, ఇండియాలో హైదరాబాద్ నుంచి, పాత బస్తీ నుంచి
తీసుకెళ్ళి వాడు వాంఛలు తీర్చుకొని పంపిస్తాడా?
అంతేందుకు, ఇక్కడికి వస్తారు, వచ్చి 2 నెలలు ఉంటారు, పెళ్లి చేసుకుని 2 నెలలు టెంపరీగా పెళ్లి చేసుకొని పోతారు. వాళ్ళు ఒక 10 లక్షలు 20 లక్షలు ఇస్తారు.
లైఫ్ సెటిల్ అయిపోయినట్టే.
ఎందుకంటే వీళ్ళకు జనాలు ఎక్కువ ఉంటారు కదా, ఇంట్లో మంది ఎక్కువ ఉంటారు కదా.
ఒకడు పని చేస్తే మిగతా వాళ్ళందరూ ఆడే ఉంటారు.
అయినా వాళ్ళు దీంట్లో ఎక్కువ గ్రూప్లు ఎందుకండి కడతారు? గ్రూప్లు ఎక్కువ కడతారు వాళ్ళ రిలీజన్లో.
గ్రూపులు కడతారా?
ఎక్కడ చూసినా లేవు. ఈవెన్ వైజాగ్లో కూడా వాళ్ళు ఎక్కడున్నాయి. ఒకసారి 6 minutes ఉన్నాయి.
I sent a link just now, so you should be hearing it now.
Okay.
ఏంది ఇవన్నీ పాములు గీములు పెట్టుకున్నాయి? క్యాప్చరు Noel, it's connected.
Yeah. Okay. Can see my screen now.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's start. Today's any questions before we move on to the purchasing on master data? Did you want to clarify something here?
Actually, you practiced.
Mr. Noel.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Ganapati.
The what? Sorry.
Yeah, this is Ganapati.
Yeah, Ganapati.
Yeah, see, when we are opening the cost center,
Cost centers.
yeah, there is a loss factor.
In the cost center.
Not in the cost center.
Here.
ఐటమ్లో ఉంటుంది ఆర్టికల్.
No, it's in. I think it's in the article.
The loss factor is in the article.
Yeah. It's in the article.
Yeah.
Is it mandatory to put some percentage?
No, this is by default blank, and you can save it.
So that's not
Normally,
mandatory.
when you first set up the system, this is always left blank because butcher test or testing of loss factors will come in later. Okay, so it's always blank the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any concerns?
Okay, so now let's just proceed to purchasing.
And one more, Mr. Noel.
Well, purchasing. Sorry.
Noel, one more question.
Yeah.
In item group, we have the first evaluation and the second evaluation. What are kind of evaluations the price?
It's used for reporting and where do you see that? Just a minute.
Those,
Evaluation price.
yes, that last purchase price and the EV.
తెలగ బాగుంది.
First evaluation price and second evaluation price.
Yes. What is
Okay.
it? Okay.
This is used for your recipe costing. Which pricing do you want to use?
Okay.
Okay. So normally we leave it as default because the system calculates by average anyway.
Okay.
These are used for evaluation prices only, which are theoretical prices, not real prices.
Okay.
Just for predicting the future, but don't worry about this. I don't think any site change or do make use of this pricing here.
And what is one more?
Okay, so you can leave. Yeah.
Here is below the tentative is there one item tentative. Yes, that is tentative. What is the particular use of the tentative?
22.
Yes,
Which one?
that one. That optional. You selecting that with mouse. Tentative.
This tentative.
Yes.
Tentative means not final.
Okay.
It can change. There are some sites who want their users to take a tentative and then they check it first and then they remove it and make it final. It's just a marker that this is not yet final. That means this group can change.
Okay.
That's tentative.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So now let me proceed with purchasing. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just create a simple order for purchasing. There are, depending on your user access,
Okay.
you can see here admin is set as a purchase manager. Okay? If you are a purchase manager, your screen will be different from the other users. You will have extra access rights. Okay, so let me just set this admin as a user purchase manager. And if I go here, you will see all these are all active. Okay?
Okay.
The purchase manager is active here. If you are not purchase manager, you don't see this active. Later you will know what function is that for. But from this screen, you can see they're color coded. Okay, there's blue, there's green, red, and black,
Okay.
and yellow. Okay, and you will see each color will have different status. These are assortments. Assortments are templates. They contain a list of items that you normally order. Central baskets are requests that are not yet complete. Okay? When you save a request, it becomes a central basket. That means you can still go back here and edit before you set it for authorization.
Okay.
Okay? That's a green one. A red one, when you set it for authorization, it turns out red. This one, it says here for authorization.
Okay.
Once it's fully authorized, it becomes black.
Okay.
Okay? The yellow ones are not created from here. They're created from another screen, which you will check later on.
Okay.
Okay, so the purpose of this screen, of course, is to make the orders. That's why it's called Manage Order Screen. I'll just do a quick order. For example, I need apples, so I just click New or File New. New position,
Okay.
or to add items. Of course, I can change the default cost center to my ABC store, and I need apples, so I'm going to search for apple. Let's just say apple red. Okay, when you select apple red, you will see that there are suppliers that will appear here in the middle. Okay?
Okay.
These are different suppliers that can deliver this apple. Okay, the green one that is colored here, the first one, this is your preferred supplier, okay, which you set in another screen. A black line here means that it's just a normal supplier.
Okay.
You see a red one here, that means this is a deactivated price code.
Okay.
Okay, so red ones do not use normally. Normally the option here for the user is just to always select the green one. So they double click the green one. Now your cursor will be in the quantity box. You need 10 apples. I can type notes like red apples, USA. Okay?
Okay.
I can also, this is about like, I think 254 characters. If you want more characters, then you can just type here in the information. Must be from USA, not China. Okay?
Okay.
So I got two notes there. This one can contain more characters. This one is limited.
Okay.
Okay, this is for short notes. This is for long notes.
Okay.
Normally for orders for food items, they always use this. For engineering items, normally they use this.
Okay.
Yeah, because engineering items will have more description. So I click save. That is now, I close that screen. Now I have here a screen that says you are ordering apple, 10 pieces, to be delivered today. The date can be changed. Then you know the price. And of course the supplier will be there. One supplier. Okay? Again, this screen you can move. The things that you don't need you can move, or the things that you need you can move closer. Okay? You can make them also smaller. So I'm done with that. I set it for authorization. Now it's done. I just created one request to be authorized by my managers. And where is that request? If I just refresh the screen, I will see it as color red. Should be this one, I524600. Created today. And if I double click this, it's apple 10 quantity. Okay?
Okay.
So I just created a request. That request now will go to the managers. Depending on your setup can also send auto email to the managers who needs to authorize. In this setup here, this is not set to send auto email, so it does not send anything. Okay, so now to check Apple again, authorization level 1.
Okay.
So that means this Apple only requires at least one signature, which is shows here. Okay, now let's see if admin is able to authorize this. Admin is level 1 as well. Okay, so that means my PR request number is 24600. I can now go to authorization, which is here. Okay. Internal documents are your issue requests or transfers, those movement inside the hotels. I can check that or remove the check, doesn't matter. I can also select external documents, meaning those documents that I send out to suppliers. So the PR that I created is an external document, which is this one. So I don't want to show all requests, or if you want to show, you can just click that. You know the PR number anyway. Okay? So this is the authorization screen. I should see here now the request that I just created. And that is there. 24600. For $26 created by admin. These are checks if it's authorized at each level, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The day it was created. If I want to see what's inside the PR, just double click that. You will see the item being ordered. If you want to authorize, just click authorize. If you want to reject, you can just click reject here, but you'll have to provide a reason why you rejected that request. Okay, in this example, I will click authorize. Okay, so that's done. 24600 authorized. If I now go back to my purchase order screen, this is still red, but if I refresh my screen, 24600, it's still red. It's made authorized by authorized already. Let me just close that. Go back. How many authorization are you? 24600 not here anymore. So I'm gonna make my setting the highest user, that is level 6. Let me see later on why it requires more authorization. Okay, in this case, it's asking me to reauthorize this because level 1 is not enough to authorize this request.
Okay.
Okay, so now 24600, just authorize that. 24600 is still red. If I refresh, 24600 now is cut, it's now black. It says here it's authorized. Okay, now the question is, why does the system ask me to authorize at the highest level wherein the item only requires one level, which is here. Apple, I think I ordered this one. It says here authorization level 1. How come when I authorize at level 1, it's still red, it didn't go to authorization? Well, the answer is here in your authorization by amount setting. Okay, if I just check that and authorization here, this is where you set the authorization by amount. Okay, that means if it's more than this amount, it should require a higher level of authorization. Let me just find administrator, which is my login. Administrator, not there. Admin, not there. There. Okay. Okay, can you see these numbers here?
Okay.
This is FNB value 1
Okay.
and value 2. So that means for any FNB items that you buy, it requires at least 2 levels of authorization. Meaning here, anything above $1, this value here refers to dollar value, or if I say $500, that means anything above $500, it will require level 2 authorization, even though the item setting only says authorization level 1. This is controlled by amount. Okay? So you can tell the system that if it's more than this amount, then it should go at a higher level.
Up
In
to
this
5.
case, the original setting was 1 and 1.
He's giving just example here.
Yes. Any question?
Based on
Yeah, up to 500. If you put the 500 up to 500, he can authorize, right? Or
this is the minimum level of authorization required at this. So if I say 500,
okay.
this example here, if the value of my request is less than 500,
Okay.
then it will not require a level 2 user to authorize. It will only require 1 level of authorization. But if it exceeds 500, then it has to be authorized at level 2.
Okay.
So if you double click that, you will see the description here.
Mr. Noel,
Yes.
is it based on the hotel, right?
Sorry?
That's based on the client, right? Based on the client only we can fix the amount and all, right?
Yes, this is not default. The default here is all 0.
Yeah.
So based on the client preference,
Right.
then you will set this. They will say how much amount that it should go at a higher level.
Right.
Each hotel will have different amounts. No 2 hotels are the same.
Okay. Thank you.
Then the setting here are F&B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and expense 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Okay. So expense will require at least 4 levels of authorization as long as the value is more than $1. Here F&B, the original setting was 1. That means anything above $1, it will require at least 2 levels of authorization. or 2 signatures. Okay, so that was the reason why our request earlier was still read even though it was already authorized at level 1. So going back to that, now purchasing would see this as authorized. All they have to do is double click that, check the items. Normally purchasing will not make any modifications here, okay, because it's already authorized. All they have to do is click order.
Okay.
Okay, so when you click order, it will print a PO for you, or you can auto fax or auto email the PO. Let me see, it's looking for that. It's trying to send the email, right? So it's opening my Outlook and just cancel that. Okay. Close that. Don't send any email. Okay, so I just created a PO. Okay, let me see how the PO looks like now. Let me just it's looking for a file name, so I need to put that file name here. The PO file name. So let me just copy that to okay, so let me just see what I have created. This is what I have created here. And preview. Okay, so this is a sample PO from one of the hotels.
Okay.
It says here PO number, supplier, PO date. The apples, my notes there, red apples USA must be from USA, China. The amount here, and of course, some signatories. Okay? So that's how I created that purchase order. Well, in this case, what I have ordered here is just one item. Now, the next example I'm going to show you is to order multiple items, okay, by using a template. Okay, I have some templates here. Let me just create a new template so that you know how. From this screen, I click File, Assortment Mode. Okay, Assortment Mode is the screen where you create the templates. And now I'm going to name my assortment maybe test assortment. Test assortment 1. And I'm going to add the items that I always order. I'm from Bucket, so I just say Bucket. Or I can also select ABC store. And maybe I always order apple dried. And save. Recent code. Green apple. Apple green. Save. And maybe pineapple. Save. Okay. So I got here some assortments or templates that I always order. Okay. So now I go back to normal mode. If I see here, refresh that, I should see here my test assortment here. Okay? Free meaning anybody in the hotel can use it. Okay? So every department will be able to see this request.
Okay.
So if I double click that, the next time I order, I can just say, I need 3 of these, 2 of these, and 5 of these. And you will see here that the supplier are all different suppliers. Okay? One from Chip, Atoll, and Chilford. If there's a mistake here, you can just apply changes.
And
Let's
Noel,
say this is supposed to be, yeah.
that is a red color mark. Supplier is, I think, supplier is not able to supply that one. Red color.
Sorry?
So what is
This
that?
is the supplier here.
Yeah, red color mark. Supplier.
A minute, let me just arrange the screen so that. Okay, your question.
Yeah, that red color
The
mark.
supplier here, why is it red?
Yes.
Oh, your question is why is the color red?
Yes.
Correct. That means this. If I go to atoms, for example, let me go to price cost and find atom, fruits and vegetables. And that was apple green. Apple green, the first one, carbon, right?
Yes.
Can you see that? This supplier delivers apple green, but it says here, this code is deactivated. You see
Okay.
it? There's no check.
Okay.
There's no check. That means this is E means enable, D means disable. Okay, so that means if no check, that means this code is disabled. That's why it's showing red on the screen. So let me just save that, change that to check. And now going back here, there's assortment. Now it's black because the code is active now.
Okay.
Okay? So the only reason why it's red. Now I'm gonna put 2 there, 1 here, and 6 here. You will notice that the units are all different units. 1 kilogram each and another kilogram. Okay, so be careful when you put 1, it doesn't mean 1 kilogram. This means 1 each.
Okay.
Because the unit is each. Okay? And 2 have GST, 1 doesn't have GST. Okay? And set that for authorization. Notice that the order number here is your assortment name, but when you set this for authorization, it will become a different number. Okay, now it's 601. This is the one I just created. Apple, dried, green, and pineapple.
Okay.
Okay? So now it's red, that means it's for authorization. If I go to my authorization screen now, refresh that 601, that's there. I just authorized that. Going back, purchase orders, not here anymore. Okay, 601, still red. If I refresh that, it should be black now. Okay?
Okay.
So I don't need to authorize twice anymore because the admin now is at level 6. So he has the highest level. He can override level 1 and level 2.
Okay.
Okay, so I only have to authorize 1. I double click that. Now see the request here. Click the order, preview. Keep integration, trying to send email again. Okay, this is the first PO for per supplier. Of course, since I have 3 suppliers, the system will print 1 PO for each supplier. Okay, this is PO number 37. And Apple Drive. If I close that, let me just show you now the PO that was created. By clicking open, place orders, I now have additional 3 PO there, 37, 38, and 39. Of course, each one item. This is apple green and this one honey pineapple. Okay? Is that clear?
Okay. Here.
How you generate?
Hello.
Yes.
Here we generate the 3 POs for different vendors. It already
That's
generated.
correct.
Okay. One is
Yeah,
green.
1 for each.
Okay.
Depending on items.
Okay, and if there's a mistake, if you have the access to edit the PO, you can just double click. You can still change the quantity or change the price.
Okay.
Okay, but you cannot add any additional items here, or you cannot change the item. You can change quantity, price, or you can also change the cost center for
Okay.
delivery date, but not the item. You cannot make changes to the item anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so changes here after you generated the PO are limited.
Okay.
No, that means after generating also
Okay.
we can change it. Huh? That's what he's saying. Huh? Mr. Noel,
Yes.
see, after we order the PO, can we modify again?
You just double click. This is PO number 37. You double click. You can change this to 3.
Now, after we got the
Price
authorization,
as is, and save and order.
no, what is my doubt? After we got the authorization and we put it in order. Okay.
Again, sorry?
See, after we got the authorization, we put it in order.
Yes.
So after that also, can we change the PO?
Yes, I just made the changes here.
Okay.
Depending on your access right.
Okay. After
You
changes,
see here. Well, that depends on your access right. If I just show you now this user admin, and says here place orders, change quantity, change prices, both check.
Okay.
Can you see that?
yeah.
So if your hotel is very strict, then you should not allow this to happen.
So
Okay.
so if we change
In
it,
this case, this user has access.
Okay. Thank you.
and I have one more doubt, Mr. Noel.
Hmm.
See, the same PO number will be generated or the number will be changing?
Same PO number.
With the same
The
PO
only
number?
difference that you see for modified orders is, let me just show you that screen again. It's the letter C here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That means it's corrected.
Okay. And one more doubt here.
Let me finish. na?
After changes, it will again go to the authorization. It will order is closed.
It will not. It will just stay as is. Save an order, preview. Now the new PO is 3
No need
kilograms
to go
instead
for
of 2.
authorization. Again.
Okay. For
No
this.
authorization
No
because,
authorization.
because this user is allowed to change quantity and prices on that screen.
Okay.
If I remove this access right,
Okay.
then he won't be able to do anything.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
So since this user has access, then it's allowed to do that.
They don't have access.
Okay. So
Okay.
that's how you generate the PO. Now another question here, how does the system know what number to assign? Okay? This numbering here is designed based on document numbers, system document numbers. Order numbering, let's see that, 2015. Purchase order numbering. There, first one. Purchase order numbering. It says here, year, 4 digits, followed by dash, followed by a number. Each number, the last number here is 1, this one is number, last number is 2. So each number represents something. If I just show you quickly, I think you have that in your document, that says document numbers. Okay, so that document numbers is explained here. If the last number is 2, that means that 1 starts 1 every year. Okay, it resets. Okay, so that's how you define what's the last number here. It tells you that if it's number 2 here on the last number, this number will reset every year. Okay, so that's why my PO number now is 37, 38, 39. Okay, starts resets every year. Okay. So now you just seen a method wherein you create a request based on new and typed items, or request based on a template which is best assortment here. Okay? Now I'm going to show you another method of purchasing and what they call now requisitioning here. Okay? So let me just create a new user because it has to be a different user. Okay, let's say Gary. Gary is a user. Make that level 0. 1, 2, 3. Like that. And just make sure he has access to requisitioning. Okay. So now, if I go requisition or log out first and log in as Gary. I click purchase, select requisitioning. I can make my request here, but the difference I'll show you shortly. I click new position.
Yes.
And I'm ordering from basket. Order the same apple, dried 10 pieces, and save an apple fruit jelly 20 kilograms save. So if you notice here, when I click new position, the screen is so much simpler. It's a smaller screen where you can type just the item. Save. It doesn't ask for a supplier. Earlier when you made a request, it always asks you to put in a supplier on the purchase order screen. This method does not allow you to select any supplier. It just tells you to place your order by selecting the item and quantity and then send the request. Okay?
Okay.
I send the request to 4602. Now, what happens to that request? That request now goes to purchasing. It doesn't go to your manager. It goes to purchasing to find the right supplier. I'm going to log in as admin. And I should see the yellow 602 here. Can you see that? The last line.
Yes.
602. Okay, so what happens here is this request will not go to authorization because it doesn't have any price. There's no pricing, so the manager can decide or will not be able to decide to authorize it or not because they don't know how much. So what the next step here will be for purchasing or purchase manager to say, I want to see that 602 and show me the items. There are 3 items in that 602 and I can tell the system to auto-assign, meaning the system will find the code that is the lowest code or the preferred supplier. All positions. Okay, that means auto-assign Earlier they're different color, now they're all black. And the system now has assigned a supplier here. 3 different suppliers. Okay? So now I click OK. All positions. And I can... Oh, the difference here, I'm logging as level 6, so I'm allowed this to order this. Purchasing must be at level 0 if they're assigning suppliers, okay? So now, I just click order, all positions. Yeah, show inbox. Order. Selected position. And recent cuts. Okay, and preview that. Yeah, now I printed a purchase order. Okay, so that's another way where that PR is supposed to be authorized. So it wasn't authorized because the person who processes it is a higher level. So if you are assigning supplier, your level must be level 0, not level 6. Otherwise, it would be automatically authorized. Okay?
Okay.
So we have seen that method wherein requisitioning allows the user to place the order without selecting the supplier. In this screen earlier that I've shown, supplier is already here. There. There's already a supplier here, so that the user just have to enter the quantity and set it for authorization. Okay? So now that's requisitioning where the user doesn't have to be knowledgeable about the suppliers. They just make orders and send it for purchasing. Purchasing will find the right supplier for them and set that for authorization. Okay, a user can only access requisitioning if he is assigned a purchase manager here. Okay, if there's a name here under his purchase manager, that means he can access requisitioning. If he's a purchase manager, he won't be able to access requisitioning. Okay, so I'm logging now as admin and just change my right. For example, admin, I'll give myself access to, see, I have requisitioning here, but if I go here, it will tell me that I cannot go to that function because I am a purchase manager.
Yes.
Is that clear? Is that function clear, the requisitioning? Questions?
No. If you want to requesting, where we have to check that one, we have the error, right? Requisitioning in
Sorry? You want to what?
But in purchase requisition, once you select the requisitioning, it's showing error. The purchase manager is not able to.
Yeah, because I'm logging as purchase manager.
Okay.
It says here you must be assigned to purchase manager in order to use this function. Okay?
Okay.
The reason here is Gary is not a purchase manager here. He is assigned to a user here. Okay?
Okay. If you put the admin.
Okay. If you, sorry?
If you put the admin, it will work.
You put it as blank?
No, put it admin, it will work, or put it blank, it will work.
Blank, it will work.
Okay.
Blank, it will also work. But they won't be able to go. Let me see, Gary, Place it as blank. I don't think it will work. I click log out. Click on registration. I think I should get the same message. It's a mini app.
Okay.
Okay. See, I don't have a purchase manager assigned to Gary.
Okay.
Now you'll see this message. It says you cannot use this function. Okay. So now you've seen that another way of making a purchase request using requisitioning. Okay. What happens here is the question is which one is the best option for the hotel to use? Actually, you won't be able to decide. It's the hotel's policies and procedure that will decide on that. If to use purchase manager or to use requisitioning. Okay, so
Okay.
if they ask you to decide which one is better, it's up to their policies. So depending on policies, maybe they want purchasing to check first, then they'll have to use requisitioning. Or if purchasing doesn't have to check anymore the prices, then they'll have to use purchase orders.
Normally requisition will do the all the department, right? Not from purchase and store.
Even store also they do. For storing it.
Well, it depends. It all depends on the policies of the hotel. So I cannot say which one is normal because each hotel that we set up uses different methods.
Okay.
Well, what I can say is for purchase order here, they mostly use it for market list.
Okay.
Okay? Because market list has to be authorized right away because it has to be delivered tomorrow.
Hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
It has to be fast.
Hmm.
So the item must be delivered the next day. Unlike for non-food, which is probably to use requisitioning because non-food items can wait. Okay? So that's why you see here, the market lists that are shown here are all kitchens. Oh, there's also engineering, but most of them are F&B items. So
Okay.
kitchen, gravity, pastry, pound basket, Indian items, Yusheng. Okay?
Okay.
So, but again, the decision is with the hotel, not with our company. That depends on which process they want.
Okay.
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 So first, just order. Now, how does the system know where to send the purchase order, or how does it know if it's a PO via email, via fax, or via printout? That is defined in my supplier list here. If I create a supplier, you will see here that the order setting, there's 3 options: printout, fax, or email. Okay?
Okay.
Printout, you will just see preview and print. Fax, you will need a fax software to do this.
Okay.
Materials control cannot fax without the fax software.
Okay.
Okay? Normal, very few people now use this because the fax software are limited. Most of the clients we have
Printout.
uses email.
Email or printout.
Yeah, email.
Okay.
There's no need to set up here as long as you have Outlook installed in your workstation. When you select email, it will find Outlook and send that PO by email. So in this case, let's test that. I'm going to put an email address here to my own email address, or to your. Let's just use your email address. So let's see if you receive the email. Huh? I'm going to send it to Ganapati. Where is that? Okay, I'm gonna send it to you. Put your email here. Save. Okay, you can put multiple emails here if you want. In this case, I'm just gonna send. Let's just put Ravi's email as well. Is that correct? Is this your Ravi?
No,
No.
that's not. Sunil.Ravi, SUNI.
Yeah. Sorry. Must be a different.
Sunil, SUNIL, Sunil.Ravi. No. SUNIL.
Yeah.
Yes, that one.
Okay. Let me add that email address here. It's separated by semicolon
Okay.
and space. So now I'm going to order. I'm going to put supplier as email. Let me preserve my default email. Your default email is in your control panel. Email account. Programs. Let's just send it to see. Gonna make a PO. A new one for banquet and call it chicken. Oh, you're gonna order chicken rice and just order apple. And that will be the supplier. 20 of this. Save that. Okay. And order. Okay. So I select default as defined by supplier here.
Okay, this
That's
email.
it, not preview. It has to be the default. And I click OK. And get the error there. Same thing. Yep, can you see that? This is a different one. Okay, there. Yeah, anyway, you just wait and see if you find your email later. Okay, just close this now. It says here a summary one sent by email. Okay? Here. Email notification. Don't worry about that. Okay, so that's how we send it by email. Place orders. If you want to resend it, you can double click it and save an order and click OK one more time. You can resend it. test here via email to these users. Okay. Any questions? Ordering process. Purchase orders.
As of now,
Any questions?
No.
No. Okay.
And
Now I'm going to move on to another menu here under purchasing, which is related to your ordering process, your price quotations. Okay?
okay.
Price quotes. Let's say I call test supplier. Okay? This supplier delivers 2 items, dried apple and test item, and the prices are here. $1.50, $22. Okay? This is where the system picks up the price. That's why when you create an order earlier, you already know how much the price is. You didn't put or enter any price. The price is already given because there's a price code defined for that supplier. And this is where the price code is located. You can change here. You can change that to 23. And that's it. So the next time I make my order, it will be now $23. Okay? It will not change. If I change it to 23, my previous order will not change because those are already generated. The $23 will only affect the new orders that I make from now on. Okay? All the requests will not change if I change the price quotations here. Okay, price quotations can also be imported from Excel. Okay? So if I say what we call B2B Excel solution, if I click that and select, let's say, test supplier, advanced export to Excel, just call that test. Okay. Done? So what happened here is I exported a list of items from test and I will email this to the suppliers. Okay? You will email this Excel file to the supplier. They will put a new price here. Let's say this is now $1.65 and this is now $23.05. Okay? That's price new. Suppliers cannot insert here because the IDs are different. Okay? So they have to follow what is in the list. I close that. Now I'm going to import that price code by going here, load data, select test, and click load. System will ask me when is the price valid from now until month end maybe. Now this is the old price. New price will be in color green. And you see that. When I say these are okay, then I just say accept the price. The system will mark them and then click save.
Okay.
So it's done. I have imported price code from Excel. So what happens here now if I go to price code, open one more time, test supplier, my prices now should already be updated. Let me see now. Is it the old price, future price code? Let me just price code. Open test supplier. That one didn't change. Load data, load, next. Nothing to load anymore. And that. Then select a different supplier. Ban Coke. Hit this. Yeah, that item, that supplier doesn't have any item, so it's black. Purchase, price code, Excel, which one? Default name. See this one. And new price. $1 each. Close that. B2B
The
Excel.
system has detected that a minimum number of lines are connected to this conference. Do you want to continue your meeting? Press 1 to confirm. If there is no response, the conference will end.
1 anta page.
What's the supplier? S1 is 2000 recruitment. Recruitment. That's one. Load that. See the prices, new prices one. Let's say accept the price and save that. If I go to my price code, open supplier 2000. Me. Something's wrong. We should update here. Once you import from there, the prices should now update the prices here. Okay? It didn't update, so I'm going to check that later. I'll have to move on to another topic. Okay? So that's price code. That's where you enter the prices. And they're $1 here. Yeah. And these prices will be used when the user makes the purchase. Okay, there's also some hidden menu here. Copy, compare price codes. If I say, can you show me the comparison of all vegetables? Click OK. You will see them in this format. The system will compare, for example, this asparagus, this supplier and this supplier delivers. So you'll know which supplier can deliver at a lower price. Okay, and this is exportable to MS Excel. Okay, that's copy compare price code. Any question?
Mr. Noel?
Yes.
Yeah, how do we fix the price code as per the supplier wise or?
It can be item wise, it can be supplier wise. So now let's see, here it's a blank screen, right?
Yeah.
If I create a new price code, I click new and say Apple.
Okay.
Apple green food filling. And I select the supplier here. Let's add the supplier to that. The price is $10. And okay. Save that. So I just created a new price code. So if I call now the supplier test, it should have that item there. Okay? So when you click new, it will ask you which article, which unit, which supplier delivers that item.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. So
That's
basically,
how you enter manually. Now the price code will come in automatically. If you notice here, the test supplier has 3 items. Okay? If I click open and test supplier has 3 items. Now if I make a receiving, for example, a receiving without orders, in this test suppliers, and say this is delivered to Bangkok, and this time I'm going to order elevator. Elevator for new building 1, say, and book that. You book? So I just made a receiving. This receiving that I made doesn't have a price code, but I receive it anyway. So the next time I open the supplier, that elevator now is added to the list of price codes under this supplier. It will come in automatically in the price code if there's a transaction for this item on that supplier. Okay? Okay, this
yeah.
doesn't have to be entered manually here. They can be entered from receiving, or they can be entered from the purchase order when you make the orders.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, Noel.
Or you can also do it from here. You don't have to go to price, but you can go master data and select articles. And let's say Apple Tribe. There's also under article screen, there's a purchase article tab where you can add a new receiving, a new price code, let's say new. Insert, let's say supplier. I have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 suppliers here. I'm going to add one more. 3P unit in kilogram. Insert price code. Okay. Alright, that one. Okay, now 3P is there. I put a price of $3. I can say that. That is now also added to my price code screen. Okay? So a lot of screens will affect your price quotation screen here. So it doesn't mean that you can only enter price codes here. It can be entered many ways. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Noel. I have one more doubt. See, for example, if there are 3 different vendors like ABC. Okay, so they are supplying in a different rates. Like one A supplier is supplying.
Let me see. Let me get that Apple.
Yeah.
Apple Drive. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 suppliers supplying it.
Okay.
And your question is what?
Yeah, the different vendors, they're supplying in a different prices. Like one A supplying at 10 rupees, B supplying at 9 rupees, C supplying at 11
Here
rupees.
you can see.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's a
One supplier 1.9, one supplier $3.
Yeah, yeah.
1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and this is 12.6.
which supplier.
Okay, so how do we
And
prioritize?
what's your question?
So how do we prioritize?
Sorry?
How do we select the supplier? Is it
Okay. The first rule is the system will choose the lowest price.
okay? System will
Okay.
by default system will take the who is supplying lowest price.
Lowest price by default. However, if you have a preferred supplier which delivers at a higher price, you must set it as your default price code. Can you see that DPQ?
Okay.
Okay, so that means if this is checked as DPQ or by default supplier, whenever I order apples, right, this one will always be the priority. Awesome. Because it's my DPQ here.
Okay, so if there is some other reasons like quality is not good, so I want to go some other supplier who's supplying at little bit high than the lowest price. So what I do now?
Okay, so I say this, huh? Let's make let's order this so you'll see how. I click new. Okay, four drive. Okay, you'll see Wilson now $12 is color green. You see that's different color, right? Extreme.
Yeah.
That means if I select it, the system will just say, okay, that's good because that's your preferred supplier. Okay, however, if I select a supplier other than Wilson, let's say this one, maybe this one has better quality. Okay?
Yeah.
I click that and save. The system will ask me for a reason why. And I can say this one has the best price of preferred vendor, or you can add more lines here, like better quality or prompt delivery. Then I can just say okay and proceed. And save.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see that? Now it's not work on anymore. Got it? Is that your question?
Yeah, I got it, sir.
The system now will say the reason code why you selected that supplier is because this is your preferred vendor. Okay? And reason codes, as if you remember yesterday, I can add more here like better quality. Save that. So now when I go back to the order, change again the price to this one. Change again to this one. Okay, didn't ask anymore. See? That looks like a bug, but it should have. Oh, that's why, because there's already a reason code there. That's why it didn't have anymore. So I'm going to order that for you. Try to send again. And that's my order there. This is for Marriott Hotel. Okay, so that's done for my price quotation. Okay, so I'm going to now discuss the additional fields here or additional tabs. Overview is where you see your request. This is the default screen, as I've said, the green one. If you are making an order, for example, how do you create a green one? And say I want to order that. Reason code, and if I click save, normally I click set for authorization or order. This time I click save. then I can rename it to my test also. If you click save and put a name, that one will become color green here. You see
Okay.
that green?
Yeah.
Because that means it's not yet final, you just save it, you can still go back and set it for authorization. Okay, so that's how you get the green ones. These are safe to delete. The green ones are safe to delete. The red ones and black ones are not safe to delete. Okay? Here, if you delete something, it also records in the log. That means today, I deleted some PR. So there, deleted some PR there. Delete order basket. No, it doesn't say what I have changed inside the PR. It just tells me that this is deleted. It doesn't record the old information. Okay, going back to the purchase order screen. Edit order. Actually, when you double click one here, it goes to edit order. From here, you can just apply changes. You can make all these changes. If there are multiple items, let me just here. These are multiple items. You see there's a number here, which you can also, by the way, change the numbering. Can you see that? You can change the numbering, and if it's all incorrect numbering, I can just say reorganize position. The system will renumber one more time. Okay? If you click reorganize position. Delete flag, delete one line. Can you see that? Put a marker there. Delete this, put a marker there that this will be deleted. Okay? If click by supplier, we'll divide this into multiple suppliers. Okay, so if I split this with supplier, the system will now, let's just split that by supplier. Now it's gone. Now I have PR here that are in different supplier names. You see that? I don't have the PR number anymore. I have the supplier names, and that will be one PR per supplier because I splitted this by supplier. Set for authorization, of course, we'll set this for authorization and order will create the PO. Okay, request for quotation. What does this do? It creates a template. Request for quotation to send to supplier to input or to give you the price. Okay? So if you want this prices for a supplier to give you the price, you can just use this. Say request for quotation, send the template to two suppliers, and click request for quotation. You can which will give you a list now where the supplier can write the price here and send it back to you. Okay, so that one it does. Request for quotation. Purchase manager allows you to open all the make orders from here. You can also make orders from here. The interface is different, but the function is the same. You click order, it creates a PO for you. Okay, so that's the purchase manager screen. So this has more options to show multiple or to combine two PR into one PO. This one can combine two PR into one PO. Okay? So sometimes one department order tomato, the other department order another kilo of tomato, and you just want to print one PO for two different departments, then you have to use purchase manager to do that. Because this one will allow you to combine multiple PO into one order. Okay, open purchase order here allows you to delete a PO. Today, for example, these are the PO I created today. If I delete this PO, delete order, Yes, the PO is gone. Okay? Delete order, yes. So what happens if I do that? If I now go back to overview screen, my numbers will not be in sequence anymore. Can you see that? I don't have 38, 39 anymore. I'm missing 2 POs here. Because I deleted the PO.
Yeah.
That action is actually recorded in control table. In today, I have deleted those 2 orders, 38 and 39.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So if you have the rights, you can do a lot of things here. That's why it's better that you examine the rights and then restrict so that the user cannot do a lot of deleting. Okay, because some auditors are very particular with numbering. They will ask, okay, how come you have 2 PO missing?
So can we get it back,
The log and see if it's deleted.
Mr. Noel?
Yes.
Can we get it back?
Yeah. No. Once deleted, it's gone.
Okay.
There's no undelete.
PO is nothing down.
Option number.
There is no undelete in orders.
Anyhow, audit
Okay.
report is there. It won't do that.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay.
So, Mr. Noel?
To show you also. Yes.
Yeah, that what we have deleting all the data. So how long the data will be there in the system?
Audit.
The deleted data or the PO that is not deleted?
The
Which
deleted
data?
the deleted data.
It will be there forever.
Forever, huh? Forever, right?
It will be there forever unless you tell the system to mark it. You will see here and there's a log.
Okay.
And let's say today you can check. I think you can click OK. Yeah? You can approve them so that the next time you view this screen, those approved ones will not appear anymore. See? That's approved. So they don't appear anymore.
Okay.
Okay? Unless you mark them for deleting them, they will stay there forever. Okay. So one last screen before we end the purchase order session. If I just click open here and place orders and check until last year, you will see here there are also color-coded lines. Can you see this? The blue ones have a status O, meaning this is outstanding, O for outstanding, not yet delivered. Okay? The P will be partially delivered. The R here are already received. And the I is already invoiced. Okay? You can only modify if it's blue or if it's not yet delivered. Once it's in P, you won't be able to make any modifications. Like this one. Apply changes is already not there anymore. Or if it's green also, you won't be able to see anymore the original PO because it has been invoiced. Okay, so you can only edit blue colored orders.
Blue.
Once it's received or invoiced, you won't be able to make any more changes. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, any questions?
Oh.
We've covered basically the purchasing screen plus price quotation, and you've seen how you place an order from requisitioning or place a request from purchase order screen. Okay, so that's how actually what you've seen is basic setup. So what you need to do after this is practice and see. You can write down the questions that you have you can email them to me before we start the session so I can discuss them to you tomorrow when we start another session.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay then. Right.
Okay, so I guess that's all for today. I think tomorrow is receiving, and we'll teach you how to do receiving with invoice, without invoice, and other features of receiving tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so I will now disconnect the session if there's no more questions. As I've said, if you have questions, you can write them down so I can discuss them with you tomorrow before we start the receiving
Okay, we'll.
topic. Yeah. Okay. So you have to practice and see if you encounter some errors or you encounter some difficulties in placing the orders.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Noel.
So thank you again and hope to see you again tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. I will now disconnect.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Good.
Thank you. Bye.
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 ఏడ్ చేస్తున్నాం
చేస్తుంది
Well.
Has left the conference.